Ever get that feeling? Like everyone else is out there living the dream life, you know what I mean? Scrolling through your feed and it's all exotic vacations, fancy dinners, new cars,
Oh, the good old everyone's richer than me syndrome. It's like a social media plague.
and it can really mess with your head. Makes you question your own choices, you know? Like, am I doing something wrong? Is everyone secretly a millionaire except me?
Well, good news is most likely not. Today, we're diving deep into this whole phenomenon. We've got this really insightful article that breaks down why we often perceive others as being wealthier than us, even if it's not the reality.
Right, it's not always what it seems, like that flashy car.
Hmm.
Could be leased, could be drowning the person in debt. We're going to unpack all of that and more. So ready to debunk some myths,
Let's do it. I think a lot of people will be relieved to hear this.
for sure. The article highlights 7 major pitfalls that trick us up and make us see things a little skewed. Let's start with the first one. Appearances can be deceiving.
Oh, absolutely. This goes way beyond just money. It's basic human psychology. We're wired to focus on what's immediately visible, what stands out. Like, think about it. In nature, bright colors could mean danger, right?
Right, or think of a peacock. The flashier the feathers, the more attractive.
Exactly. It's called salience bias. Our brains glom onto those flashy cues, even if they don't tell the whole story. So we see that fancy car, the designer clothes, and we jump to conclusions.
But meanwhile, the person might be struggling to make rent. The article uses this great example. Imagine 2 people, each spending, say, $5,000. One goes on an amazing trip, experiences new cultures, creates memories.
And the other buys a designer handbag.
Yeah, both spent the same amount, but the long-term impact, completely different. One's an investment in yourself, your experiences, your worldview.
And the other, well, it's a handbag. It depreciates the second you walk out of the store.
This ties into pitfall number 2. Invisible spending habits. It's not just about how much you spend, it's about what you spend it on. And this is where it gets personal.
It's about aligning your spending with your values. What truly matters to you? Are you a foodie who values amazing meals? Do you prioritize travel? Or maybe you're all about investing in your education or your health?
And it's okay if your thing isn't flashy or Instagrammable.
Exactly. It's your life, your money, your choices. If you're constantly chasing someone else's idea of success, you're never going to feel truly wealthy or satisfied.
Speaking of chasing illusions, let's talk about social media. That's pitfall number 3. I mean, come on. We all know people curate their online lives, right?
Yeah.
It's the highlight reel, not the behind the scenes.
And this isn't just about regular folks. The article cites studies showing that even wealthy people, I mean truly wealthy, often live much more modestly in their everyday lives than their online personas suggest.
It's all just like the more you flaunt it, the more insecure you actually are.
Right. It's like that saying, the lady doth protest too much. Like, if you're truly secure in your wealth and success, you don't need to constantly broadcast it.
And think about the effect that has on everyone else. All those perfectly filtered photos, the exotic locations, the luxury goods. It creates this pressure to keep up, even if it's completely unsustainable.
It's a recipe for anxiety and dissatisfaction. You're constantly comparing yourself to these curated images and feeling like you're falling short.
Which brings us to pitfall number 4, the upward comparison trap. It's so easy to get caught in that cycle of looking at those who seem to have more than us and feeling inadequate.
We all do it. It's human nature. But there's a powerful mindset shift that can really help. Instead of focusing on what you lack, what if you focused on how far you've come?
Ooh, I like that.
It's about cultivating gratitude. What are you thankful for in your life? What progress have you made, even if it's small?
Celebrate those wins, big or small.
Absolutely. Remember, everyone is on their own unique journey. Comparison truly is the thief of joy.
And let's be real, a lot of the success we see online, it's not always what it seems. Pitfall number 5, the myth of overnight success. The internet loves a good rags to riches story, but
They're the exception, not the rule.
exactly. It's like those before and after fitness photos. They never show you the months, even years, of hard work and discipline that went into the transformation.
True wealth building, like anything worthwhile, takes time, effort, and consistency. It's about making smart choices day after day, even when it's not exciting or Instagram-worthy.
It's the boring stuff, the compound interest, the saving, the investing,
Yeah.
not exactly social media gold.
Right. But that's the real deal. Those flashy get-rich-quick schemes, they're usually just that. Schemes. Beware of the shiny distractions.
Now, all this talk about wealth and success, it's important to remember that it's not a one-size-fits-all definition. Pitfall number 6, that grass is greener thinking.
Oh, yeah. Just because someone has a fancy title or a big house doesn't mean they're truly happy or fulfilled.
The article had this example of like a high-powered executive. Sure, they're making bank, but they're working 80-hour weeks, never see their family.
And are they actually passionate about what they're doing? Or are they just chasing a paycheck and sacrificing their well-being in the process?
It's about defining wealth on your own terms. What does it mean to you to be rich? Is it about financial freedom, having more time for loved ones, pursuing your passions?
All of the above.
Maybe. The point is, it's different for everyone, and that's okay.
Absolutely. Once you define what truly matters to you, you can start making choices that align with those values instead of blindly chasing someone else's version of success.
Okay, last pitfall. This one's a little sensitive, but important to acknowledge. It's about, well, not everyone starts in the same place.
Yes. Pitfall number 7, family wealth. The article points out that inherited wealth is a reality. Some people's lavish lifestyles aren't a result of hard work, but simply privilege.
It can be tough to swallow, especially when you're busting your butt and it feels like you're barely getting ahead.
It is. And it's not about begrudging anyone their good fortune, but it's important to acknowledge that it exists. It helps level set expectations and focus on what you can control.
You build your own wealth, your own success, through your own efforts and choices. And that's something to be proud of, no matter what anyone else's starting point was.
Absolutely. And in the end, isn't that more fulfilling, knowing you earned it, that you built something meaningful through your own hard work and dedication?
Totally. So there you have it. We've officially busted the myth that everyone's secretly richer than us. It's all about perception, about looking beyond the surface, about recognizing the curated nature of what we see online.
And most importantly, about defining wealth and success on your terms. Not what society tells you, not what social media screams at you, but what truly aligns with your values and your goals.
Exactly. It's not about keeping up with the Joneses. It's about crafting a life that feels rich and fulfilling to you.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. What's one small step you can take today to feel more aligned with your definition of wealth? Could be starting a savings goal, investing in your education, even just spending an hour doing something you truly enjoy.
Anything that moves you closer to that vision of a life that feels truly rich, on your own terms.
Think about it. That's it for our deep dive today. Thanks for listening.
See you next time.